Hey guys, it's Colin here at eTrailer. Today we're going to take a look at and show you how to install these LED light bars for the top of your Rock Tamer mud flaps. Now these are going to install on the existing bolts that are holding your mud flaps to the arm of your Rock Tamers, and it's going to give you an extra set of brake lights, turning signal lights, and running lights for the back of your pickup. Each light's going to have its own plug-in point. You can see right here we have this nice cap that screws on to make sure we have a good solid connection, that it just can't be pulled off. We'll go ahead and take the cap off so you can see the plug-in. So right here you can see we have that nice seal right there to make sure no dirt or debris gets in to our plug-in. Make sure that it works for a long time. And especially when you're throwing rock and other debris up towards your mud flaps, it's always good to make sure you have this cover on there. Make sure it doesn't harm the connection points for our lights. What's also cool is that our wire is coiled up so we can extend it, get some more length out of it. That's going to help out for whenever your 4-pole connection is on a far spot of your pickup or other vehicle that you choose to use it for. So like I just said, it's going to use the 4-pole connection on your vehicle to get your brake lights, your tail lights, and your turn signals. And then we can see the other wires coiled up too. We had to stretch it a little bit farther to get to our right mud flap, but you can see that coiled up wire had no problem getting all the way over here. We also have that same cap with the threads to make sure it just can't be pulled off. Now right now we just have our running lights on. These are going to be very bright. Each bar is going to have 24 LEDs, just going to make sure that it's very visible even during the day. We're in our shop right now and the doors are wide open, so the sun's shining right in. And you can see that when I push the brakes, it gets even brighter. So it's nice to have that distinction between the running lights and the brake lights. And it's also going to provide you with your turn signals. We got our left one and our right. These LED bars are going to be a great addition for your Rock Tamers. It's also going to fit many other mud flap systems as well. As long as they have those bolts up front that a C channel can slide onto, it'll work for that application. One thing you do want to keep in mind is that because we're using that 4-pole connection on our pickup right now, with our certain vehicle, we do have a 7-way hookup. So if we need to tow a trailer that has a 4-pole connection, then we're going to have to get a 4 to 7 connector so that we can still use our LEDs and the tail lights of our trailer. Well, now that we've gone over some of those features, let's show you guys how easy it is to get these installed. Install is going to be very easy. It's just going to mount to the bolts that are connecting our mud flap to the arm right here. All we have to do is loosen them up first. So if you already have the rock guard installed, then you're going to have to loosen it. If you're installing this with the rock guard at the same time, then before you tighten up these bolts, you should install the light. But I'm just going to go ahead and come back here and loosen these up. Your best bet is going to be to get the lock nut flush with the top of the bolt right here. That'll just give you enough room to slide the light over top of the bolts. Now once you have all of those lock nuts loosened, push the bolts forward as far as you can. And then the side with the plug-in right here, you need to make sure it's facing towards the hitch of your vehicle. And then with the open side right here, we're just going to slide that over top of our bolts. There we go. Once you've got that slid on, go ahead and grab your wrench again with a 1/2-inch socket and tighten up those lock nuts. Now they don't have to be too tight, just get them pretty snug and you should be good. And then just repeat this process for the other side. Now on your vehicle, just find your 4-pole hookup and we'll go ahead and get that installed. Just lift up the cap and plug it in. Now with the 2 wires right here that are going to go over and plug into the lights, there is one that's longer than the other. So you can see that our 4-pole connection's on the left side of our vehicle right now, but the left side is a longer one. So I'm just going to cross them so I have more length to get to the one on my right side. So we'll just line it up and plug it in. You want to make sure you push in until it's pressing on that red seal right there. we'll bring the cap over, just thread that on to make sure we have a really good connection. And then we'll do this for the other side as well. Now let's go ahead and test our lights first. First we have our brake lights. We see those are good. Let's try our left turn signal. That's working as well. And now our right turn signal. And that's working too. Well, thank you all for watching, but that's going to do it for our look at and install of the LED light bars for the Rock Tamer Mud Flaps.